Hello, my name is Stefan Schwarzer. Welcome to this lesson about mob grazing and holistic grazing management. In this lesson, you will learn how mob grazing works, how it can enrich the soil, and how it makes a difference to conventional herd management. It started all in 2013 with a meanwhile world-famous TED Talk of Allan Savory, a Zimbabwean ecologist, livestock farmer, and president and co-founder of the Savory Institute. He originated holistic management, a system-thinking approach to manage resources. In his talk, Savory advocates using bunched and moving livestock to what he claims mimics nature, as a means to heal the environment, stating only livestock can reverse desertification. There is no other known tool available to humans with which to address a desertification that is contributing not only to climate change, but also to much of the poverty, emigration, violence, etc. in the seriously affected regions of the world. Only livestock can save us. He believes grasslands hold the potential to sequester enough atmospheric carbon dioxide to reverse climate change. He argues that we should be inspired by and imitate nature. The richest soils on Earth have been developed in symbiosis between plants and animals. Think of the Great Plains and the herds of bisons, or the Serengeti and Masai Mara with the moving herds of wildebeests. In Europe, we had the aurochs and wild horses as large herds of grazing animals. They stood close together, as from the outside the constant danger of a hungry lion or panther were lurking, and moved constantly over the prairie, eating only parts of the grasses, trampling some down, leaving everywhere their excrements for fertilization. This pattern is being copied in mob grazing and holistic grazing management. Mob grazing is basically short duration, high density grazing with a longer than usual grass recovery period. Which means that a herd of animals, on the photo rather extreme but not totally unusual example from England, is kept relatively close together on a parcel and being moved between once or twice a day to once every 2 days, depending on different factors, and leave the grass to recover for 40 to 100 days. This approach can lead to greatly improved soil, healthier cattle, and lower costs due to an extended grazing period, reduced inputs, and lower veterinarian bills. How does this approach work with the grass growth cycle? Imagine a conventional continuous grazing pasture. A cow passes by and gets hold of a grass with some fresh leaves. Enjoyed by his discoverer, it bites off the leaves. The plant reacts with a wheeze, having lost the leaves and being forced to mobilize energy from the roots in order to push again some leaves into the air, trying to generate energy via photosynthesis. Now, once again, a cow passes by, enjoyed seeing the new and still short leaves and bites these off. The plant once again saws, fetching energy from the already slightly impoverished roots in order to grow new leaves. Now, imagine this process over a couple of times, and it gets clear that the grasses are hardly capable of developing energy-dense root systems and thither more than they becoming strong and powerful. The mob grazing approach tries to bring the animals onto the pasture only when the grasses are close to its highest development, leaves them on the field only for that amount of time that only half of the grass material is being eaten, some strummed down which serves as mulch, the excrements diverted all over the field. The deeper the grasses are eaten down, the more energy needs to be invested from the roots into growing new leaves. At around 50% bitten off, the plants can start into the energy accumulation process right away through the remaining leaves without retrieving energy from the roots. This leads to much higher photosynthesis rates, much more carbohydrates being pushed down into root growth and as root exudates into the soil, increasing rapidly humus, water infiltration rate, and water and nutrient storage. This increases production and extends the production period. Developed in the brittle environments of Southern Africa, one can see the difference of herd management, for example, in this example from South Africa. At the right side, normal herding approach, at the left with holistic plant grazing. How does this look like in practice? Here's an example from South America, showing how the cows enter into a new parcel, graze around for some time, really densely packed, and enter a new parcel after a relatively short period of time. Experiences from all over the world show partially astonishing results, with increased humus content, thus better water infiltration and storage, which helps the farmers in the drier seasons to be more productive and extending the season over a couple of weeks. Looks like a win-win-win for the animals, the pastures in times of climate change, stocking carbon, soaking water, and leading the farmer to more productivity. Thank you for watching this lesson.